Hey guys, so this is a tutorial on how to make a little Pac-Man charm, and I do not have an example because when I made the charm bracelet I left it in my locker at school, and I really wanted to make this video now. So yeah, this is really simple, but I'm actually going to show you how to make Mr. Pacman and Mrs. Pacman, which is also really easy. So yeah, first what you are going to need is some yellow clay for Mr. and Mrs. Pacman and some red clay for Mrs. Pacman's bow. And you're also going to need a cutting tool, a rolling pin or marker, and this is optional, but a circular cookie cutter and the smallest one you possibly have. Okay, so yeah, so first what we are going to do is go put everything aside except for your yellow. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your yellow clay, and this one is dirty because I've used it for another tutorial further back, so I don't use it to bake anything. But I suggest, if you don't want it to turn out dirty, then I suggest having a white piece of clay to catch the dirt, just to rub your hands in it, or to wash your hands really well before you are using light colors. So yeah, what you're going to do is you're going to condition your clay. Sorry for my really bad nails, I haven't painted them in a day. So you're going to condition it, and then once it's nice and conditioned, you are going to roll it in a ball. Sorry. And then, so now you're going to flatten it as much as you can, or you could just roll it out. Now I suggest not rolling it out too thin, but you don't want it to be really fat that you can't really get out of your cookie cutter. So now what you're going to do is take your circular cookie cutter and just place it in. You can turn around a few times, and it'll most likely stay on the ground. But if it stays in the cookie cutter, then I'll show you what you can do. So you can take a toothpick. Hopefully it'll have a pointy point, because mine really doesn't. And you're going to go into one of the corners, one of the way corners, and just poke it out. And just push your toothpick through. And if you can, you could just take it out, and then it'll be fine. And if there ends up being a mark, you don't have to worry, because this next step will make it go away. Make it go away. Okay, so what you are going to do is, let me see if I turn off the flash if it's not as bright. Can you tell what that is? No? Okay, the flash just helps. Sorry if that just blinded you. Okay, so what you're going to do, I'm going to flip it over because there's a red piece. So you're going to do, let's say you have a mark right there. What you're going to do now is you're going to cut a triangle out for his mouth. You're just going to slice that out. And you're just going to fix it up to what you want it to look like. And there you have Mr. Pacman. And if you want to make it into a charm, I suggest putting in an eye pin. Now for Mrs. Pacman, I'm just going to use this one. So you basically do everything until you get up to this point. Then you're going to grab your red clay, and you could put him aside, or her. And you're going to roll it into a ball. Actually, you're going to condition it first, obviously. And if you plan to make a lot of these once at a time, I suggest you make all of the yellow parts first and then do the red parts. So yeah. And so you're going to condition your clay, and you're going to rip off a piece that is going to be the center of the bow, however big you want it to be. Now sometimes I mess up on this part if it's too big or too small. But right now I'm just going to show you at least how to make the bow. So there's that, and then you flatten it slightly. So it's just a little bit thick. Then what you're going to do is with your excess or whatever clay, you are going to take a little bit more, and you're going to roll it in a ball. Once you do that, you're going to flatten out the one side of it, so not the whole thing. So it ends up like that, and then you're going to flatten it. So now you have like sort of a raindrop like look. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your circle and then just put it on there like that. Then you can put that aside. Then you're going to take some more red clay. You're going to do the exact same thing you just did. Make sure both of your sides are even, because usually mine get uneven. Then you're just going to place it on. No. It's going to peel it up, and there you have your bow. If it's too big, I suggest you making it smaller. Like, I think this one's too big. Yeah, it's too big. Obviously, if it's that big, I suggest you make a new one, unless you wanted a big bow. So that's how you make Mr. and Mrs. Pacman. And if you want, you can take a little tiny piece of black clay. I don't have black, but I'll just use purple, which is the closest color I have to black right now. So take a really tiny piece of purple and flatten it. We'll roll it into a circle first, flatten it, and you could just put it, I'm going to have to take off the bow for this. Just put it right, I'm actually not sure if he has an eye, but if he did, I guess this is where he would put it. I don't know. Right there. So yeah, that is how you make a Mr. and Mrs. Pacman. And even though this is really simple, this tutorial actually turned out really long. So I'm sorry for that, and I'm going to end this. Okay, bye.